All right, everyone, welcome back to a Green Up Now podcast episode. I'm going to be talking about Caliber today, and on today's podcast, we have Mr. Abel Green, a content creator, FPS and TPS. He's been around for a while. Then I also got Scumbag Juju, a community manager for the game I'll be talking about today, which is Caliber. All right, so Caliber is a free tactical online game heavily based on teamwork to complete objectives, and Caliber is a third-person shooter. And you guys know I'm a SOCOM fan, so I definitely had to talk about this game, get my opinion on here, and that's why I got Mr. Abel Green. He's been around, huge SOCOM fan, started on H-Hour, SOCOM, everything like that. He's been in the community for a long time, so I definitely had to get him on here, get his opinion as well. And how you guys doing today?
Good, man. Good. Thank
Doing
you for
good.
having us on.
Problem at all, bro. I fucking love doing this shit, so really it's no problem.
Right. I hear that.
So, Juju, can you tell us more about your role at Caliber and 1C Company? Like, what are your responsibilities for the team?
Yeah, so I guess it's probably a little easier for folks to give maybe like my origin story of like kind of getting into the gaming industry because it kind of free flows into what I do, which can be really confusing for a lot of people because it seems easy, but it's also a lot at the same time. Um, and just as far as Caliber goes, kind of fell into it. I remember seeing a wargaming video. Uh, Man, maybe 4 or 5 years ago with Caliber going into alpha, and I just remember seeing it, and I grew up a SOCOM fan and, Ghost Recon fan just like you guys back in the day, and, was like, "Man, like, I need to get in that playtest." Did not get in the playtest, but when I found out the game came out and beta was available in all regions, jumped into the Discord, followed them on, social medias, and just kinda found out that it just like some of the translations were really odd and stuff. So I kind of just sent him my resume, reached out and was like, "Hey, this is me. This is what I do. Everything from reading, writing, patch notes kind of things, and just kind of overall community management, which would be kind of like the company liaison between players and the developers." And I actually got an email back and got some interviews, and then yeah, it's been almost 2 years now I've been with the Caliber team. So if you guys need anything player related or have questions about anything, feel free to reach out to me. If I can't find an answer, I've got direct chat with my colleagues, and I can find you out an answer kind of thing. So I'm just here to basically be, I guess, the face of the company for the players, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, definitely, because the company's based out of Russia, right? Or I forgot where's the exact location.
Actually, the
Something.
company is based out of Cyprus, but the my colleagues that are on the programming side and do all the animations and stuff are in Moscow.
Nice, nice. So, I heard you mention SOCOM. So, what SOCOM did you start on? What's your favorite one?
I started on the original, and I don't remember how old I was, but I remember getting the game, and it came with the headset. And I wasn't playing online at the time, but I remember strapping on my headset because watching all the old Navy SEAL movies, they always have like the ear pros in and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And with like what's that movie? It literally called Navy SEALs with like Charlie Sheen back in the day. Um, so I'm like creeping through these fields, and I think it was like in Albania or Armenia or something, like this, just a single player, and just being like, "This is it right here. This is the way."
Right, like I am an officially a Navy SEAL.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for
Yeah,
sure.
no, that game made you feel like that in those times. Yeah.
Yep.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, Abel, your favorite one was SOCOM 2, right? Or was it
Yeah,
Confrontation?
yeah, yeah. Don't get that confused. Yeah, no, it's definitely SOCOM 2 for sure, for sure. I love 1, but, like, if we had to go feature set and just an advancement, yeah, SOCOM 2 did that for me. It was really nice.
Did you guys ever play the PS Vita version?
Yeah,
Oh, like
Yeah.
the
Firestorm.
PSP
Was
type
that what
thing?
that was? Yeah, it was like the PlayStation Portable. It was like the before that though. It was called the Vita, I think, is what it was.
I don't think I
Nah,
played the
it's called,
Vita, no.
It was Fireteam Bravo.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what it
That
was.
that
okay, yeah.
series I played for sure, 100%.
Yeah, I played that.
I never played it online though. I never could figure out how to connect to that stuff. I think Wi-Fi was a lot
Oh,
harder back in the day, you
really?
know? Like,
It was
Oh,
way harder back in the day,
yeah,
man.
you didn't
I
have
was
that. It
online
wasn't
on
everywhere,
everyone.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it took a lot just to get me on SOCOM 2 online. I remember drilling a couple holes in the walls and getting that 100-foot cable going, you know?
Oh, Lord.
Because the computer was downstairs, I'm upstairs, so I
Right,
gotta get it
right. No,
going.
I get that. I get that, yeah.
So, Juju, since you mentioned SOCOM, is that a popular game within your company over there? Do you guys is that like a fan favorite over there? You guys mentioning SOCOM, is that an inspiration for your game, or is it just something that mostly you're just interested?
Yeah, I mean it's kind of a combination of a few games. SOCOM comes to mind for a lot of people just because of the third person aspect. And the special forces. But it also draws um, some references from like some of the Ghost Recon series, and also this is kind of a throwback for some people. But Medal of Honor Warfighter, if you guys remember that game.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and
Yep.
that was actually a personal favorite of mine. I was kind of sad to see it go, but it had that third person, first person also, and you had the different operators from the different countries with the different loadouts. So it's kind of a combination of those three. And I think anybody who's really in this genre that develops or does anything like that just kind of grew up of a like a fan of those style of games.
So I have to ask, can you tell me more about the operators in Caliber? Because I heard you mention operators. Are they fictional? Are they correct in like their origin, like the guns they use and what they're representing, or are you guys just kind of making it up as you go type thing?
Yeah, so they're all based in reality. As far as their weapon loadouts go, their kits, and I will say a shout out to our animators. They do in our character 3D artists. Not to be biased, but I feel like they do such a damn good job. If you've ever seen Caliber or looked at the character models, they're some of the best in the business. And these are researched heavily with different loadouts around the world, what special forces might use, the actual gear if you want to buy like a legendary skin. All those have a story behind them, and when we put the legendary skin out, we normally put out kind of a little newsfeed post, I guess, that says like where the inspiration was drawn from. Just as an example, the Polish Grom in our game, one of their legendary outfits, is like a sub-Saharan African outfit, and it was a training expedition that they did where they were marching literally like 500 kilometers through the Saharan desert, like just super hot. So, just things like that, and yeah, they're pretty much all based in real life, real lore. So.
Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, because I remember playing the game a while back, and I seen the U.S. character uses the M4A1. Like so. I like how it was lore accurate to the point where military guys can hop on here and be like, okay, this is legit.
Yeah, for sure. And I think the game stays, while there is some abilities, that obviously are going to be fictional. You're not going to, have certain abilities in real life. It's not to the point of like a where I'd say like a rogue company. It's a base a little bit more grounded, but all the outfits, the operators, where they come from, all based in reality and well researched. So, for anybody who's like a hardcore fan of military gear and things like that, you're going to be pleased with what you see.
So, you said that you've been with the Caliber team for 2 years now. So Caliber's been out for a while, so to speak. What changes has your team made to the game since it was first released? Are there any crazy changes that you guys done? Is the game completely a different product than what you originally thought, or is it basically the same thing, just kind of updated as you go?
It is massively different. We'll start back in the origins before my time and some of my colleagues' time, but wargaming basically. If any of you guys have ever played World of Tanks title or World of Warships, any of those, you know how they kind of have this soft currency inside, which is what I compare to materials. I think in World of Tanks they were called spare parts. Everybody hates them. We had those in Caliber for man, I think since I started up until recently, and that was a big change that Wargaming likes to do in their games. Kind of nickels and dimes the player a little bit, makes it a little harder, and that was something that was a really big change for us. Trying to, I guess, kind of westernize the game a little bit, make it a little bit less grindy. Um, so that's probably the biggest change that we've made is kind of swapping from that what I'd call Eastern wargaming mentality to try to westernize it a little bit and streamline the gameplay. You're still gonna have to play, um, but it's not as grindy if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, definitely, because I think even Big Fry talked about it in one of his previous videos about the currency and how it completely revamped and everything like that. And I like what you guys are doing Abel, is there anything that you'd like to see in the game changed? Anything you'd like updated or anything you'd like to critique?
Um, to be honest with you, it would just be probably game modes as we move along. I just want to see where things head once we see the Steam presence. That's where a lot of my data and thoughts would be molded from there. Because right now it's kind of premature to be like, hey, like I would like to see this done. I want to see once we get a real player base around this title and Caliber gets the fair shake here, then I'll know where we're at. But I overall been a super fan of this game since day one. Plenty of people went against the grain on me, like, "Hey, you think this is a good third person?" I believed in it forever, and
Hmm.
I love what the game is. It's a solid shooter that stands on quality, has a great team around it, and God bless these guys for actually listening to feedback. Like listen, I this black man appreciates you because I understand. I understand that it's not easy making these changes. And I appreciate everybody at C1, everybody that has touched this title or contributed in one way or another to get this title where it's at today. Thank you guys. And yeah, I am a fan. I'll continue watching in my critiques. You could always take at value because I'm very serious about your project and I love what's going on. So next month is going to be a huge month for Caliber, and I can't wait to see what more people say. And then from there, we could come back to this podcast again, and I'm pretty sure we'll have a lot of feedback then.
Hey, I can't
We
wait,
hope
man.
so, man. We hope so.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
will I will say the team's pivoted a lot, just kind of what on Abel said in your last question, just from like I said, Wargaming was the original publisher. 1C now owns all the rights to it as of a few years ago. So it's all in-house, developed, published, and we've made a lot of changes in the game.
yes,
The core
yeah,
gameplay loop is the same. It's your standard, I mean, shooter, round based, depending on what kind of game mode you're playing. So that core gameplay loop that's fun, quick battles, get in, get out kind of thing is still there. But the whole economy's been reworked. The mission system's been reworked. There's no materials. The A lot of you guys that first jumped into Caliber probably even I'd say a year ago, your first thing you saw was this wall of operators behind gold, right? And you were just like,
yes,
"Whoa."
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
"Whoa." So
Hmm.
yeah,
that's no longer there. That's another big change we've made. All the operators are available to buy for in-game currency. The only exception to that rule is if we are having a battle pass, those operators can only be gotten through the premium battle pass. And the way that will work is, say you don't buy the battle pass, you're waiting for them to come out for credits. The next set of operators that we do release, the ones that were just before that, will go into the rotation for credits, if that makes sense, and stay for credits. So um, that's our only exception. But yeah, I mean, there's no giant gold wall anymore in front of you when you log in, and I know that was really intimidating, especially to a lot of Western players. So.
Yeah, I mean, because no matter what it is, it could be $5, $10, no matter the price. People just have such a biased opinion when it comes to that type of stuff, and rightfully so. Because who wants to pay for a character when you don't even know if you like the game yet? So,
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
and so I have to ask, when it came to releasing on Steam, because I've been playing your game for about a year now. I think Abel first mentioned it to me. It's been 10 months or so since my last video on this. Well, so when I played your game originally, I thought it was a finished product because I don't know much about development. So when I looked at your game, I was like, wow,
mm,
this is a really solid game. Don't get me wrong.
right,
I
right,
seen what was wrong about like the payment options, but I was like, Call of Duty is out right now. Like why is that such a big problem? Call of Duty's doing it. So I was thinking to myself, what took it so long for you guys to get on Steam? Like what was the biggest obstacle for your company to actually achieve getting on Steam, get that marketplace going because this is going to be huge for you guys. So I just want to know what took so long or what obstacle kind of held you guys back.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a few combinations of things. One of it is we're kind of an indie dev, more of like I'd say even like an A studio. People kind of know what AAA is, which would be like your Apex Legends, Call of Duty, like Bethesda, these giant studios that have just millions of dollars type of thing. Then you've got your AA, which is a little bit smaller. Some of the other games you see on Xbox that type thing. Then you've got your A, and then like your indie devs. And so there is, I guess, marketing capital is one of them. We just don't have the millions of dollars to pump into marketing and ads kind of thing. So it's a little bit more organic. We're doing some marketing for the Steam push, but again, it's you're not going to see us everywhere on billboards, TV,
Yeah, no, no.
just everything. But like we talked about earlier, the game was still very, I guess, Eastern in a sense, very very grindy. It had the giant gold wall in front of it. Um, and it was just really grindy. And some of the differences, some other people have talked about, is they like Caliber to only sell cosmetics and that's it. No, nothing else. So we do still sell some characters for gold. You can buy them for gold, but you can also buy them for in-game credits. But some people don't like that. It's a very Western thing. Think Fortnite, where you just buy cosmetics and that's it. Um, for us, there's only really so many things you can do with cosmetics, just because all of our stuff is based in real life lore. Um, so we chose the route of, if people know what GAS is, games as a service, that's our model. Um, and it was just more Westernifying the game, I guess, if that makes sense. We took a lot of feedback from the community, like Abel and Big Fry especially. I know Big Fry had some very, very, very heavy critiques when I first came on, and so to say the least, to see his video the other week where he's like, "Oh, I'm so excited," like that touched my heart because I've spent 2 years, sending his feedback and his critiques and getting these ideas of what his audience and the North American audience would like. So it's just kind of evolving from that Eastern philosophy of a very grindy game and trying to Westernify is what's kind of taken so long.
Okay, so basically, what held you guys back was just trying to iron out all the insecurities in your game, get a final product going that people are happy with, and then release it on Steam.
Yeah, because with Steam, you only get one real shot. People are going to give it a shot. And we've had a little bit of a North American push when I'd say Big Fry and Abel first picked up our game. Right, we had a little bit of a push, and just things. There was a lot of things that stuck out that people didn't like that we've now remedied, and it's very hard to get those people back because just like in anything in life, first impressions are almost everything. Right.
Hmm.
I'm still getting people that are like, "Oh, I played this game 2 years ago and it was this and this and this," and I got to be like, well, hey, have you jumped back in, because we've made a lot of changes. And some people just never jump back in is the thing. So we feel like we only get one real shot at Steam, so we wanted to make that best impression.
No, that's smart. 100% smart. The more I think about it, people are going to review the game right off the bat, and
Yeah,
sometimes people just look at that negative review and don't try to make an opinion for themselves, so
absolutely.
I get
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So, is there a feature in your game that you personally find most exciting? Game modes, operators, like who's your favorite operator? Why do you play him? I gotta know. What's the secret antidote?
uh
Because your boy is not that good, so I need a.
I I think everybody, it's you're gonna laugh. The typical like North American is gonna jump in and see the Navy SEAL, like Corsair with the
Mm-hmm.
M416. He's got the beard, and you're just like, "Fuck yeah, America, baby!"
America.
Like, yeah, and like everybody, but we call it the like the American starter pack for Caliber, which is so true. But like, I really enjoy the gameplay loop for me. I just find it fun, and you can jump into a match, whether you're playing. It's more fun with friends, obviously, playing in a full squad. But I can jump in and just have a good time. Couple battles takes, I mean, 5 to 10 minutes a battle, depending how quick and how fast you shit on the other team or not. Um, but I like playing with Shersheret, who is a IDF medic out of Israel, and she's got an MTAR because I have an MTAR in real life, and I just think overall the game's badass. So I enjoy a lot of it. Just the quick gunfights and um yeah, I
Abel,
don't know.
who's your favorite character? Do you have one
Mine
yet,
would
or?
have to be, well, there's a couple of them that I really like. I like, Scout. Scout is my, marksman.
Scout's a beast, baby.
Um, yeah, really, really enjoy playing him. Also, I also enjoy, Avantgarde. that I think he's Assault, right, Nick?
Yeah, yep, he's Assault from
Yeah,
France.
bro, him and his shotgun, that's peanut butter and jelly for me personally. There's a lot this honestly, bro, like Caliber is like 151 Pokemon. Like, there's like, bro, some are holographic, some are basic. Like, listen, there's a lot of great characters to choose from. Yeah, those are my standout. I like Avant-Garde. Don't get it twisted though. I'm the Seals all the way. Like, well, yeah, America, like how you guys, I'm running it up the same way. But like what I personally find myself using as of late with the team, it has to be Scout and Avant-Garde. Great characters.
I'd have to say my main is gonna be Sputnik, and it's gonna have to
Oh,
be
okay. That's not bad.
it's crazy because I'm usually like a fast-paced type of guy. I like to run around, but with Sputnik, he's just a turtle, man, just a big giant tank turtle that just has to move slow. He has 2 RPGs. I mean, I know they're like noob tubes, but that's where I get my kills, dude. I love it.
You got that
Right,
drone. You got
right.
that drone that you can blow up too on people.
Dude, my favorite thing is waiting for somebody to like try to revive their teammate, and I just RPG the hell out of both of them. It's the best feeling ever. But
There's a lot of good operators, and like, if don't feel if you do jump into Caliber for the first time, don't feel like you need every single one right this second. I mean, find one that fits you. And we've also introduced recently, um, you can test all the operators in the game in the training. Like, so you can go to the shooting range. You can select
oh,
even
that's
ones you don't
perfect,
own.
dude.
So you can
Perfect.
go and be like, okay, I don't like this guy, so I'm not gonna buy him. Kind of
100%,
thing.
because I'm gonna tell you why I quit the first time. It wasn't because of
Archer.
no, no, it wasn't because of gameplay. It wasn't anything that was like, oh, I don't like this game because it has bad graphics, it has bad this. It was because I bought an operator that I didn't like, and then I was forced to use that character to to get more money to buy another one,
Yeah.
So I was like, shit, dude, I just wasted all my money on an operator I don't even like, and I was just completely pissed off. And then after I came back, I think it was easier to buy operators. It was a lower currency and everything, and I bought a different one. That's when I met Sputnik, my boy for life, and I'll never switch. uh,
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones out there, and just because somebody has one and you don't have one, there's hard counters to pretty much every operator in the game. You know, there's soft counters to it's just there are some balance issues. Don't get me wrong. Like will always be working on balance, like a lot of games, but we do our best to keep things in check. But don't think that one certain operator is necessarily OP, because I promise you there's a hard counter to it.
Oh no, bro, because I thought I was OP. I was like, oh, Sputnik's the best. And I remember I was playing for like 4 days where I was just absolutely wrecking everyone. And then I met another support that whooped my ass, and I was like, hold on. Sputnik might
You
not be
ran
the best one. It kind of,
you ran into a Chad, and he was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
"Wait,
it
wait."
G checked me a little bit, and it kind of made me feel better about the game because I was like, okay, like, I'm not just running around with the most OP operator. I'm actually doing good sometimes because I'm playing good. That's a good feeling rather than
Yep.
just having an OP. But I think, like Abel said before, I would definitely like to see more game modes in the game. Oh, some demolition, some extraction,
Yeah, it's like the
maybe.
classic tactical stuff.
Yep.
Like some of it's just like a no-brainer to me, but I guess like for like the Caliber folks, I mean, one of the modes that I used to love, like that I really was like, "Yo, this is really good," is just simple showdown when you could capture, go to the opposite end of the other team side and just capture, almost like football, almost like you get a touchdown on that side or whatever the case is.
Hmm.
However, with that mode, I forget the first. Not. I don't even want to say complaint. I forget what the first gripe was. We said some and I know I spoke about it in detail in one of my videos. I know I did. But there was something about it that I wanted to change. Now I see the change that we have now. It's cool, but it's still now in my opinion, it lessened the game mode in the sense of like it doesn't have that urgency, that on the edge feeling somebody could capture at any moment if they choose to. So it's like it kind of, and I'm shocked that they didn't see that they had that magic there, but just needed to tweak it slightly. But
I feel that, but
yeah,
I personally hated it when I'm in a gunfight and then some guy runs all the way around the map that we don't see and just caps our base. It's like we got everybody dead and there's just one guy and I'm like, "Bro, we just slayed them out, man. Like, come on."
I mean, objectives are like, yeah. I mean, suppression gets old though. Objectives are everything, and it really keeps things really lively. So having that objective where it's like, hey, I may not be the best gunner, but I damn sure could get this objective completed. Like
Yeah,
that. That's something that's magical, and lot of lot of shooter studios really need to take note of that. Objectives are super super cool. It
we
gives
do
everybody a
we
chance.
do have some more game modes in the works. I don't we're releasing on Steam kind of as is right now, but we do have some more game modes in the works. And I think you tried it, Abe. I don't know about you, John, but we had a game mode called Interception, which was
A while
like
bach though, right? Like I
um
think
yeah, it had like the two server things,
yeah,
but
yeah, I
you could
played
like
that.
respawn. And then we also had a team deathmatch mode, not just recently. I don't know if
Mhm.
you guys had played that at all. But yeah, no, we've definitely got more game modes in the works.
I love to see it,
So
man,
and
because that's really your biggest obstacle, I feel like, because you have a
Yeah,
whole
I
community where it's
agree.
like, I
I
hate to
agree.
even mention it, the bad Voldemort word, SOCOM, you have a whole SOCOM community that are ready to play this game, and if you really just give them the game modes, extraction, demolition,
It's over.
it
Over.
really is. There's no other question
Over.
about it. There's no other game that's doing this. You guys would have thousands of players easily come to you.
And John, I love what you're saying there because it's funny because it's like, hey, you asked me earlier, like, Abe, do you have any critiques? Honestly, now that you're actually speaking about it, and I'm thinking more as we're going, it would have to be a magical game mode for Caliber because right now the game modes are okay, but are they on an addictive level where it's like, okay, I gotta keep playing this. It's
Hmm.
not there yet. So, but we have played there's simple game modes that we all know and love in our community that resonates with us immensely. That we would just stay playing, and Caliber is missing that magic. If that's
And
that
that's it,
one,
dude. And that's
because
it.
if that's it. It honestly is. It's just missing that one game mode that keeps everybody lit. Because it's okay now, it's okay. And then when we get into the ranked season, I mean that's Q2 as well. But it's there's there's not that magical game mode there. It's just not there yet. It's not there.
have you tried hacking yet, Abel?
Um,
Kinda like search and I'd be like
you
search
know
and
what?
destroy.
You know what? I like hacking. I never had a populace to play it.
Okay, well,
That's been the
we
issue,
need to
Nick.
fix that.
Yeah.
If
We'll
you're
get that. We'll
listening,
get
Yeah,
jump
that.
if
in,
you're
boys
listening,
and
play
girls.
it.
Right. You know what, Nick? Yeah, if they get if hack because you know what, hacking is that game mode that I feel was really really fun when
You
we
have
had
to
to
move. You
play
can't
it.
just sit there. Like,
Right,
you gotta do
exactly,
something.
Nick, exactly. So, you know what? Yeah, let me bite my tongue for now, but yeah, when the game drops on Steam and we get a populace around it, bro, come on, baby. That could be insane. Yeah.
So Juju, I know you guys are coming to Steam, so you're going to be expecting a huge population increase. If your game is successful on Steam, have you guys been talking about console, Xbox, PlayStation, or is it kind of everyone just don't talk about it, let's see what happened type deal?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's definitely been thrown around, but, the most important thing for us right now is getting through the Steam release. That's first and foremost, putting out a good product, which we feel we have a good product, and we just hope it resonates with, the people on Steam.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely been talked about, but as far as like any real plans, no
Yeah.
real plans. And if there are, I don't know about it yet. I'm just the guy that they pay to tweet and like retweet, Abel and Fry stuff. But um, yeah, I mean, it's definitely been talked about. And me as a Western gamer, I think I've been pushing for it, and I kind of when you throw like elbow jabs in the work chat, like, hey man, like we should do this, and over in Europe, there's such a PC heavy gaming community. Um, and I know growing up here, you always had your PC gamers, but I would venture to say what probably 8 or 9 out of 10 households probably have a console of some sort, whether they just use it as a entertainment station for their Netflix and YouTube, or they actually play games on it. I don't know, but I would venture to say that there's probably more household consoles than there is PCs. So it's something that I personally would like to see, and definitely as a company, I wouldn't say is out of the question, but definitely not on the radar right now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's weird because I think with the third person shooter community, we're one of those communities where we're a little older, I feel like, than the most, and I feel like a lot of our population definitely uses console still. I always hear it. I always hear it.
I
Where
mean,
it's
I
like,
mean,
"Oh, I like
consoles are
controller. I want console. I like this." Like no one likes
well,
mouse
they're
and
easy.
keyboard, you
They're
know?
easy, man. You just hook it up to the internet, you press the button, you turn your controller on, and like that's it. Like, PC, you got to worry about GPUs and CPUs and RAM and like, there's just it's a lot more complicated to
I
the I
I
guess
would
the average user.
I would also say, I will also dare say it's just ignorance as of right now because I mean, a lot of people just don't know. If you don't know what the PC experience is, you just don't know. Like it's fairly simple after you get past the gateway of it. A lot of people are just intimidated by it and just like, or just go with the lesser, the least resistant path, and that's console. Console is just
That's what I'm
like
saying.
plug and play and just
It's
roll.
easy, bro. You just plug it in, you turn the TV on, connect it to the internet, bam. Like
Yeah, yeah.
However, PC side, free internet, doing your thing, like there's just so like you can make a great argument for both sides, and but I just say like honestly, I thank God I'm on PC and I really enjoy my experience on PC because it has put me onto so many different experiences, especially in the shooter space. Not all good, not all bad, but it has really broadened my horizons in the shooter space. And I just feel like I'm able to bring my community more different projects that they should have their eyes on or should be aware of or should have on their radar at this moment. So I think PC is super powerful, and I think console is amazing too as well. Don't get it
yep.
twisted. But I just definitely feel like a lot of people would appreciate PC gaming if they got just past that initial barrier
Yeah.
Look,
of
if you've
like
been
getting something.
sweating for the last 9 years that they're like, "There's no SOCOM style games to play. You coulda done
It's,
had you a PC and been
I'm
playing it for the
Honestly,
last
you
saying,
could have
9
been
years." That's
bro,
playing.
all I'm
Oh
saying.
yeah.
And,
bro,
like, this is
talk
coming
that
from a
shit,
man
Nick.
who's
Talk it.
literally I'm a foot away from my Xbox Series X on my desk. I have 2 monitors. There's sometimes that I'll turn it on, I'll got YouTube on the PC on one monitor, and I'm playing, like, PGA or, like, Insurgency with the homies on the other
Yeah,
monitor.
on the
Like,
other,
you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah. No,
you
that's
get the
real.
best of
That's
both
real.
worlds, so
Yeah. You're definitely right though, and I feel like that's another aspect of our community and the people that vibe out with our tactical shooters. Like I love tactical shooters. I love round based stuff. Like I live for that. And I feel like a lot of people just don't understand. You open up the gateway when you're on PC. You get those titles coming at you at least every, I would say, 6 months. You might have a new title pop up on the radar or something to check out, and even once in a while, the AAAs would actually have a brain and drop a third person or tactical shooter that we'll enjoy. And it plays well on PC. So you just have a lot of options here. You're not capped. Console, I feel like damn near like, yo, you guys get neglected
Yeah,
because
yeah.
like
If you're a
you
SOCOM or
don't
on
see
console,
shit
I don't
on
know
there,
how
Well
you're
bro.
doing
well,
it. I don't
here's
know.
here's so for those who don't know, like, how development goes, it's a lot harder to get your game on console, because there's only 2 real I say publishers, I guess, platforms, right? You've got PlayStation and you've got Xbox, and, like, I'm sorry if I'm leaving out Nintendo and all them, but, like, the majority of this style
Keep
community
going, Nick. You're
doesn't
fine.
Yeah,
play
yeah, yeah.
Nintendo
You're
games,
fine.
You're
uh
fine, Nick.
but
You're fine.
digressing, you've got 2 platforms and they have very strict rules of, like, when you can update, how you update, and to be honest, it's kind of a pain in the ass. So, when you go to somewhere like Steam, you've got a little bit of those rules, but you still got more leniency. You can kind of upload your update or your patch or whatever's coming. It basically gets combed for viruses. Boom, you upload it. Everybody downloads the update. Done. Xbox and PlayStation have these huge checklists, and I know this just from working for a few other studios before I came to 1C. Um, there's a lot longer checklist and also a wait. This also goes for phone games. Apple, Samsung, they have to approve your update. They can reject it for many number of reasons that something like Steam or on a PC they wouldn't reject it for. So it's just easier and more streamlined, I guess, for as a developer to upload something on PC than it is to console. Just less rules, I guess.
Yeah, I could definitely see that, more freedom.
Yep.
So I have to ask, is there going to be a clan system in the future? Anything in that regards, because I've seen you
Ooh,
have a
that would be
friends list,
amazing.
but it'd be cool to actually get
Yeah.
a clan system in there.
Yeah, I mean, I know that have been tossed around a lot. I think up to about a year ago, and this is still something on the radar. And I don't want to speak too much on it because I don't have all the info.
Hmm.
But I know we kind of pushed it back just because we were working on some of the things like the big economy changes. Taking out materials, increasing credit gains, and just kind of overhauling the economy of the game took precedence. So definitely is still on the table, but when that gets done, I don't know
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like Abel said before, and I know we touched base on this. Honestly, there's not many problems with the game. You got a final product that honestly plays really good, and
Yeah,
it's just
it's true.
game modes, and I'd say that clan system, and then you're
I
fucking
think.
golden, dude. Like that's
Well,
my next SOCOM, baby.
the discussion, where we last left off as a company with clans, was we don't just want to introduce clans and there's no sustenance to it. There's no meaning. Like, what's the point of being in a clan other than
Oh,
having.
measuring your you know
Well,
what, and that's
well,
the
right.
biggest reason right there.
You
I
just
love
have
that,
this
you know?
like you just have this like fucking three-letter thing in front of your name, right? Like you're in a clan, like whoopty shit, what's that mean? Nothing, right? So we
Mm.
want it to be more meaningful where you can maybe have like goals as a clan, like get 200 kills this week and like the you guys all
Oh,
get like boxes. So that's what I mean by more
that's
sustenance. Like
cool.
we don't
Yeah,
just
yeah, I
want to
like that.
introduce it that way where it's just basically an add-on to the friends list. We want there to be more to it and more
Oh, I
meaning.
get it. Where you even your
Yeah,
clan has a level, so your clan could be
Right,
level
right.
20,
So
because you actually completed
yeah.
goals rather than just shooting the shit the whole time.
Correct. It's not
right.
just a baseline
That would
addition
be
to the
really
friends list.
cool. That would
We don't
definitely
want
have
that.
me
So that's
playing, dude. Yeah.
Yeah,
yep.
yeah, and like honestly, and again, there's games out there that have the blueprint. Like not for the clan system at all, but
Mm.
like that engagement of like keeping people going and competitive. R6 is that. So if you take R6's premise for like the online, how that should flow for like ranked in different things, that's a great premise right there. And then what you just said, Nick, within the having the clan system,
Mhm.
actually have profiles within that clan where it's like you could see who's the MVP out of your clan buddies, like who's the most valuable. Like, oh, damn, Abel's is like he's like, yo, you could look at their stats and be like, oh my gosh, Abel's like one
Abel's a
of the
killer,
best out of
bro.
the clan. Like
Yeah, no, that's
he's a sergeant, like he's a level 23 in his clan. Like and people get to like measure like what you just need to give stats and data to people to measure against. Not, and I'm not talking global data. That clan data, keep that internal, like where people could see, they could see visually your rank and stuff,
Yeah,
but
clan
inside the
leaderboard.
clan, right. But inside the clan, it would be something even more personal. Like it would be like, whoa, like,
for
yo,
sure.
this
I
is
mean,
why
like
he's our leader, like, or whatever the case
what
is they say.
clans end up or when they come out or what they end up, like I said, I don't know. I just know that the last time I dipped into that conversation was, again, we didn't just want to release a baseline just just another addition to the friends list. We wanted more, more to it. So, and then speaking on, with Rainbow Six, we talked a little bit about hacking, which is kind of the same as attack and defend, really, in a sense, or search and destroy for those that know what that is, I'm sure. Um, we also just recently introduced a pick and ban system, and that is kind of we're not taking it out of the game, but it's still in testing. We're taking a lot of feedback from the community, what they like, what they don't like. So the initial release of the pick and ban will be there for the Steam release. And then yeah, if you guys have feedback, like anything, definitely let us know. And I know Abel and John can attest to I'm very approachable. I answer messages and DMs. So if you have feedback, put it in the Discord or send it to me or whatever it may be. And we do listen. We do respond to comments, all that good stuff. So let us know what you think. Yeah,
Yeah.
picks and bans are here, baby. So let us know what you think.
Yeah, as always, I'll leave all the links down below in the description. Make sure you follow, subscribe to Mr. Abel Green, Scumbag Juju. I'll leave all the Discord links, everything you could possibly think of. I'll leave down below, so make sure you check it out. These guys are putting in work. Putting in work. I guarantee it. I've been
Wish
around
As
it.
are
wish
you,
listed,
man.
baby.
As are
Wish
you.
listed game,
Hey,
man.
you know, I'm just
Yeah,
here. I'm
wish
just here
list, wish
observing,
list.
you
You
know?
know?
Wish list.
Yeah, the wish list too, definitely. Make sure you run the
For
numbers
sure.
up.
I
Let's
think
get it going.
we're gonna have trading cards and achievements, so you can like mark your
Ooh,
achievements against your friends. You can get trading cards. Um, yeah, all
I'm
kinds of
down for
cool
the
stuff.
trading cards. If y'all
No,
made like a card
I'm
system, like no, I'm
I'm
actually
so
really excited
excited.
about that. Like if you had, if you make some sick looking cards and some holographic looking ones and shit like
oh,
that,
yep.
I would
I
be
haven't
playing
seen the
Caliber for a
final
whole nother
I haven't
reason.
seen the final product, so I don't know what exactly it is, but all I know is that we definitely have achievements. There's a lot of them. I think there's close to like 80, and we haven't released that yet. So this is kind of
Awesome.
a little sneak peek. But yeah, and then definitely the cards. I don't know what they look like, but I'm excited because it's like oh man, Abel's got this card, but I don't, bro. Like I want it, and you can like trade or buy them, like whatever. So it's kind of
Right,
cool.
right. Shoot, I love that.
So I'm not sure if Abel has any more questions for you, Juju. Abel, you got any more? Or
No, man. We basically nailed everything for
I
Caliber,
think
man.
so. I
I'm
think we did.
excited, and yeah, April can't come soon enough. Seriously, can't wait.
All right, boys. Well, I definitely do appreciate you guys giving me your time. As always, you're the most genuine people I've met. Mr. Abel Green, I appreciate you. Scumbag Juju, I appreciate you, brother. You're probably one of the most active community managers I've seen on one game. You're always out there. You're always conversating with the people. Never afraid to discuss or share your opinions about the game also, which I appreciate. You're always
That's
honest about
true.
it. So
That's true.
I appreciate you guys. And as always, I'll leave all the links down below. And I'll see you next time. All right, boys, that's a wrap.